The most profitable, valuable, and authentic niche that you can choose for your personal brand is you. By the end of this video, you'll understand what that actually means, how to define your niche around a real person, and what to create your content around moving forward. I know exactly where you are because I've been there too. I niched down, I followed all of the advice, and it left me feeling disconnected and completely unaligned with the content I was creating. And the worst part is no one else felt connected to the content either. So my goal with this video is I want to make sure that you leave with everything that you need to start creating content that actually targets the right people, gets your message out there, and helps you build real momentum so you can actually turn this into your full-time thing. Okay, so the first thing that we need to clear up is you've probably heard of this concept, you are the niche, right? But the thing is, a lot of creators get this wrong. They think, okay, cool, I'm the niche. I can post content about pretty much anything. And then they land up creating brands that are way too broad and too generic. What you're the niche actually means is that you stop creating content around a topic and you create your content around a specific person instead. Your content then has one job: to help that specific person on their journey get to the next destination. And if you don't get that part right, then everything else just feels a little bit random. So how do we actually start defining this person? Let's get into step one, which is defining the person. This is by far the most important step of the process. It's not a broad audience or just a niche or demographic. It's a real person that you're talking to. So ask yourself, where are they right now? What are they frustrated with? What are they trying to figure out? What do they want but don't know how to get yet? For the most part, this person is probably going to be you a couple of years ago, right? That's how I did it with my personal brand and how I still do it with my brand. I look at where I was at the beginning of my journey, struggling with content creation, and I know the different steps I needed to go through or I went through to get to where I am now. So now I can target and speak directly to those stages of the journey and directly to that younger version of myself. And this becomes your biggest advantage because you really understand your ideal follower on a whole nother level. You're not just looking at them as like a broad demographic, but you really get to know them, their thought processes, and what they're struggling with on their journey. Your content then becomes a solution that helps them. Okay, so step two is then defining the transformation. It's a step that's often neglected, but is literally the most important thing. You should be able to answer, what is the transformation you take people through? It's basically this question: what do I help people move away from, and what do I help people move towards? Doesn't need to be complicated. So it could be, for instance, confused, generic content and brand to an aligned strategic brand that attracts ideal followers. The transformation that you outline is the backbone of your entire brand. And I've actually got a resource for you guys that is literally the step-by-step process I took when building out my brand initially. I'll leave it in the description so you can check it out. Step three, what do you actually create content about? This is where I really got stuck in the beginning of my journey because I had all these different interests that I wanted to post about on Instagram. So Instagram was the primary platform I started my brand and I focused on. But the problem when you have when you just niching down is you get put in this box. And it's like you can't really create content outside of this box and you feel trapped instead of allowing yourself to have freedom to really create the things that you're interested in while having a strategic direction. So I came across a 3-step framework that really helped me solidify this and simplify it. So I was able to build a brand with intention, but still being able to create content that I personally really enjoy and love speaking about. There's 3 buckets: monetization interest, genuine interest, developmental interest. First one, monetization interest. Think of your core transformation that you laid out earlier in this video. That is going to be your monetization interest. It's a thing that's going to allow you to make cash in the future. It's often the thing that you're an expert at that you really help people with. Whether it's you making cash from it now or down the line, you need to have that in place so you have a means to monetize. The whole point that we're creating content is so we are able to make money, right, online. A lot of people are doing it, building a personal brand, whether that's brand deals or getting sales to your products or services that you're doing. Fundamentally, your brand needs to be placed around your core pillar. So it should be like, okay, I'm Brad, I'm known for X. But if you don't have that core pillar that's kind of driving, like spearheading the direction of your brand, it's going to feel a little bit more generic. Second is your genuine interest. What do you sit down, you could watch YouTube videos, read books about all the time, and you just find it fascinating? Okay, that's most likely going to be your genuine interest. For me, it was like content creation and cinematography. So something I love bringing into my personal content is like lighting, for instance, like good quality lighting. I love filming cinematic clips, and that's like the b-roll that I use in my content. And it should be the bucket that keeps you going long term. It keeps this game exciting for you, so you're not just feeling stagnant and trapped in a box. It's called a personal brand for a reason. It needs to be personal, and you should be able to speak about the things that you want to talk about and explore with your content a little bit more. Third one is then your developmental interests. So how I view it is the thing that's going to add depth to your brand. It's your values, your beliefs. It's the deeper core reasoning behind everything that you're doing. I like bringing a bit of philosophy into my content because that's a big part of who I am, whether it's quotes that I use or the way that I speak about personal branding. Okay, so how does this all go into actually being able to create content? Anytime you learn something that could potentially help the person you're speaking to in your content, you can check with a filter, like, does this actually help that person move to the end destination that they're heading towards? And if it does, then it's good. You can create a piece of content on that. And it's actually funny or ironic because as you dive deeper into the specific person that you're helping, your content naturally can actually be a little bit more broad because it's everything to do that's helping that person. So stop asking if does this fit my niche, but does this actually help my person get to the end destination that I'm trying to get them towards? And a common worry that often comes up is like, okay, but if I'm going to do that, am I not going to be too broad? It won't be broad as long as you're very specific as who you are helping, right? So if you're targeting and you're checking your content pieces against that ideal follower, you can make a sheet. Again, check the link down below in the description. It's like a full workbook that you can go through that really helped me on my journey. As long as that follower is specific and your content connects with, their journey and what they need, then you're all good. Don't stress too much about it. So here's what I want you to do next. 1, write out the person that you're trying to help, your ideal follower. 2, define the transformation that you actually help them with. What is the before state? What is the after state? And 3rd, list your 3 interests: monetization, genuine interest, and developmental interest. Make sure that that core transformation is the spearhead of your brand, and the genuine interest, developmental interest are the 20% to the 80%, right? So the 20% that just kind of bleed into the rest of your content, 80% is that transformation that you're helping people with. If you found this valuable, please hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments down below what you want me to go through next. As I'm going through and creating more content, I really just want to make sure that I'm serving you guys as best as I can. Again, there's a link to the resource down below in the subscription, so definitely check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.